Jesus has a very complicated relationship with the Pharisees. I mean, we have all the stories of the Pharisees and Jesus going back and forth, the tests, the seemingly impossible questions, the traps that the Pharisees try to lay for Jesus, like, oh, we'll ask him this question, so no matter which way he answers, it's wrong. But Jesus still gets invited to dinners with the Pharisees. He still finds himself milling about with the elite crowd. And so he tells this parable about what it's like to kind of bridge that gap. Because eating meals at that time and who you ate with was a big deal. There was a parable that was, you could know a person by how they eat. Not that you could know someone by the way they chew their food or which hand they use a fork and knife with. But you could know a person by the type of people they shared a meal with. How they ate with others. A more modern day idiom is, you are known by the company you keep. And that's true. We are known by the company we keep. And it's even true in the kingdom of God, but the kingdom of God twists that phrase a little bit, as everything related to the kingdom of God does. Always has a little bit of a twist. We will be known by the company we don't keep. We will be known by who we exclude, who we do not allow to be gathered around our table. Are we the type of people that invite the poor, the homeless, the sick, the disabled, the diseased? Are we the type of people who invite those in society that society would like to disregard? Are they welcome at our table? All too often that answer is no. All too often we ourselves fail to make sure that everyone has a place at the table. And that's part of the message that we're given this morning. That we need to open our eyes and see who is not there. Where are the gaps at our table? And how can we go out there and bring those people in? When we get to that E word we don't like in the Episcopal Church, evangelism. I know many of you think I just said a dirty word, but it's there. Evangelism is a thing we got to do. We got to go out there and we got to let people know that there is a place where they are welcome. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much money you can give us. It doesn't matter where you live. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. It doesn't matter what your sexual orientation is. It doesn't matter how old or young you are. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you are you, and you are welcome. And that's a great message, and the Episcopal Church is picking up on this message and running with it. But unfortunately, I think we've missed an important side of the conversation. Because we have been really quick to think that we can take the moral high ground over those other Christians who don't do this stuff. Because there are churches out there that explicitly say that there are people who must be excluded. And so we are morally better than they are. But the second we do that, we've excluded them from the table. Because the truth is, everyone means everyone. And as I'm looking around at all the faces here, for the most part, we are fairly affluent people. Let's be honest with ourselves. We're at a church here in Upper Arlington. Most of us don't have many financial concerns, especially when we look at the financial concerns of most people in our state, in our nation, and around the world. You probably know where your next meal is coming from. Or at the very least, you know you have a choice of where your next meal is coming from. You probably have a roof that will be over your head tonight. You probably have enough to get up. But there will be people who have more. There will be people who are more affluent than we are, who maybe don't give as much as we feel they should, and maybe they convey messages that we disagree with. But that doesn't matter. The second we try to take moral high ground, we lose it. And that's where we get to that first parable Jesus taught at the dinner. We are all too quick to put ourselves in the place of honor. But if we do that in God's kingdom, God will come and say, I'm sorry, that spot belongs to someone else. I'm going to have to ask you to move down the table. So the question for us this morning is, how do we make sure everyone is invited to our table? And in case I'm not being explicit enough, I mean that table up there. I mean the altar table. Who is invited and who is missing from receiving the body and blood of Christ? Who is excluded from the sacraments of the church? Who are we missing? Rich, poor, liberal, conservative, gay, straight, old, young, male, female. Who is missing from our table? Why aren't they there? Why aren't they at our table? Why have we overlooked them? Why can't we see those gaps? Those are the questions this gospel is asking of us today. And I pray you ask those questions of yourselves. Because until we realize that there are gaps, until we realize a world where everyone gathers around the altar of Christ, until we realize that every single person knows 100% that they belong, we have not done our job. You will be known by the company you keep, and you will be known by who you exclude. I hope and pray that you will be known as a people who don't exclude anyone. I hope and pray that you will be known by keeping company with everyone you come across. I hope you will be known as someone who spreads the love of God each and every day to each and every person. Because we cannot stop spreading that message until all are one in Christ. We cannot stop until there are no empty seats at our table. We cannot stop. So I hope you go. I hope you spread the gospel. And I hope you welcome everyone to the table. Amen.
Mint! Hello, young Harris. What's up?
Oh, just seeing if you were available to shoot that Humble Brag book promo.
Oh, God, no, I can't. Ugh, I'm sorry. I have to take my Bugatti into the shop. For something so expensive, God, does it break down a lot.